right, it's Thursday morning. We're down here in Dalton, Georgia. Check out this old rail right here. This is from probably the 1800s, from the old Western and Atlantic Railroad. I'm gonna let you read this sign right over here. It explains all this. So I guess this is probably from the Civil War era. It's really old rail. I mean, it's small, and you don't see stuff like that anymore. Maybe on a siding somewhere, but dang sure ain't gonna see it on mainline trains. If you ever get down here, this is a nice place. The old train station, visitor center, and they got a nice rail platform here too. I do recommend it. And supposedly they get 40 to 50 trains through here in a 24-hour stretch. So if you're ever down in Dalton, Georgia, you need to check this out. All right, here we go, folks. First train of the day here in Dalton, Georgia. If what I read on the internet's correct, a set of these tracks is NS and the other set's CSX. They both run right in front of this station. So according to what I read on the internet, we know everything you read on the internet's a fact. So I guess we're gonna find out, aren't we? Comes CSX. Friendly crew there. We got a string of empty auto racks here. There's Jaw Two's up there. He's crossing over a diamond right there. So I gotta believe he's crossing over the NS tracks right there. if I have to take a guess, since I've never been here before. Got a monster train here. They emptied the yard for this thing. That was different. This is a good 2 miles easy. Wow, that was a monster, no doubt about it. Well, that's the first one here in Dalton, so I know we're going to get more, so hang in there. Okay, here's the inside of the depot / visitor center in Dalton. They like to make quilts.
what you ordered.
Okay, we're right. Norfolk Southern does come through here. He's going straight across the diamond where CSX crossed over the diamond. Alrighty, well, while I'm over here in the bright sun, I'm going to have to find out what that place is. The Manly Jail Works, or was, I should say. It don't look like it's open anymore. And here's another view of the Dalton Freight Depot. Got that big long platform there. You can watch trains off of, or you can stand down here in the grass like I am. And down there we have a passenger car on display, and then there's that rail I was showing you earlier, all here in Dalton, Georgia. Check out this old Pullman car here. It's on the Southern Railroad, and the name of the car was the Crescent City. They got it sitting out here on display. Can't go inside of it. At least I don't think you can. There's steps on the other end. I'm going to have to walk down here and look. But I doubt that they're going to let you in there. And obviously some fools have been out here throwing rocks and busted 3 of the windows out. So whoever you were, thanks a lot for that. A bunch of people like that I just don't understand. Got to always be destroying stuff. Makes no sense to me at all. But besides that, pretty good looking car. Here's the other end of the Dalton freight depot. Like I say, if you get down this way, you need to stop here if you're a rail fan, because you get a front row seat. And with the depot open, you can go in there and use the restroom. And on a day like today, the air conditioning's on, and that comes in handy too. If you like frisbee golf, you come down here. They've got a par 2 frisbee golf set up here with the cages or nets or whatever you call these things, baskets. So you can kill the time and toss a frisbee around too, I reckon. All right, whoop, hit my arm on the fence. You hear that sound? We got one coming. I believe this is going to be going south. Come on, train, where you at? I hear ya. Kind of think this is going to be NS when it gets here. Here we go. half and half. Nope, just one car at a time. I guess they put one on the back and then it grows into many. Seen that down here a lot. All right, that's 3. Keep them coming. Okay, let's get a look at this rail real quick here. You can tell this stuff's old. Look how rusted this is. And there's no kind of writing on it, no nothing. So it's old and it's small. There's my foot on the side of it. So there would be no use for this today except maybe, I don't know, amusement park, railroad, steam engines, stuff like that. And I'm not even sure that'd be good for that, but definitely some old stuff. And I've got a sign in the slideshows, you can read about it. Okay, before this train gets here, I want to give a shout out to probably my youngest subscriber, Ollie from Delaware. Thanks for watching, buddy. I sure appreciate it. And I sure miss your Uncle Gene. So thanks for watching, Ollie from Delaware. You have a great day now. Let's check this train out. What do you say? Might be a local. SD 40-3 leading. Across the diamond right about now. Looks like we got some sort of sticker heritage unit there too. Yeah, just a local. Chattanooga Sawyer. Alright, got a little local flavor there. It's always good. I hear a horn, but I think it's probably him. Alright, here we go. So we got a southbound coming here. lot of people feel that way. Aluminum hopper cars there. Gondola cars, what are you going to call it? They're all aluminum, some are just painted. That's a good one here. Loads of ballast in there, or gravel, something. That's what it looked like. I believe I hear a rumbling sound though. And they just cleared the 5-track railroad crossing here in Dalton. All right, that may do it for us here in Dalton because we got other places we want to go. So I think we're going to head on up to Tunnel Hill now. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll check you out on the next video. All right, down here in Tunnel Hill, Georgia now. Walking down towards the old Western and Atlantic Tunnel from the Western Atlantic Railroad. There's another tunnel over to the left that the trains still use, and hopefully we'll be able to find a spot where we can get a video of the train coming out of the tunnel when it gets here. But I thought we'd walk down here and get a picture of this tunnel, the old tunnel. I don't see a year on it yet, but this dude's old. I'm thinking this was built in the 1800s. Okay, there's something written up here. I don't know if you can read that or not, but there's something there. All right, just thought you'd like to see that. There's the inside of the tunnel, what you can see of it. Okay, I'm reading this up here, and it says The incantation or something like that of the West End was begun July 15th, 1818, and the first opening affected October 31st. I guess it's 18, looks like 10, but it might be 40. The first train of cars passed through May 9th, 1850. Length of excavation of this end was 1,575 feet of the tunnel and something 1,477 feet. I can't really make it out. It's hard to read. So there you go. That's about all I can tell you. Okay, here we go. We're at Tunnel Hill. We got a southbound coming right now. And the tunnel's right down there with the signals. And we got us a young rail fan here, and his mom, and Jawtooth.
Here we go.
And he's a big Jawtooth fan. So we got a mixed manifest here. Well, we started out as a mixed manifest. It is hot here. It's around 97 degrees right now. I mean, we are getting our brains baked out. loaded auto rack. Yep, I just saw a car in that one. Kind of hard to see with the tree shade. We got a long train here though, for sure. Alright, let's see if we can catch him going in the tunnel. Be careful now.
Really nice church right over that way. Go in and have a look at that. There you go. First time it's on the
I'm going in the tunnel now, the end of it.
Draw tip, come here. Draw tip, come here. Let's go under. See it? There's bubbles.
Okay, there's the Western Atlantic Railroad Tunnel Museum and Visitor Center. That's where you go to get your ticket to go down to the old tunnel and take a tour. And across the way there is the Visitor Center and Depot for Tunnel Hill, which the one day we come down here is closed for a private event, so we're not going to get inside of there. So just one of them luck of the draw things. And there's the CSX line obviously right there, so a lot of wide open space down here, if you will, but very friendly folks down here, so I'd recommend it. It's the rail fan viewing platform here in Ringgold at the Great Locomotive Chase Park. And there's the old Ringgold train station on the other side of the tracks, which we are actually going to go over there to video because the sun is much better from that side of the tracks. So just a quick view of what's over here on this side of the tracks before we leave. So if you're ever down here, this is where you want to come. Okay, this is the Western and Atlantic Ringgold Depot. It was built in 1850. It's been in continuous use since 1850. And you can see the top layer, it's different colored stone, it's limestone. That was this building was partially destroyed during the Civil War, and then that was the rebuild section from the 1850s or 60s. It's on that green sign in the slideshow, and you can read about it. Just pause the video, you'll be able to read it. But pretty cool stuff. A lot of history right here. Now all we need is a train. This is about 7 or 8 miles from Tunnel Hill where we just were, and we got one train there, and we sat there for 3 more hours and got nothing. So we're hoping to get something here. Same line too. Okay, here we go. Northbound in Ringgold. First train on this line in about 5 hours. Been here about 2 hours and finally got a train. was definitely worth the wait. Like I was saying, we stayed in Tunnel Hill for close to 4 hours, got one train, it was on this line. We came up here and we've been here for probably close to 2 hours and we get that one, so definitely worth the wait. But we're here in Ringgold, Georgia. And there may be a southbound coming. We were listening to the radio earlier. It sounded like They were trying to decide if this guy was going to make it up here before the southbound got through. So stick around. We may get lucky and get one more before it gets too dark. Okay, I think we got a CSX coming here. Should be coming across that diamond right there. See if he comes around that curve. Here he comes. Like a rock train. One of them rock cars. They're gonna make concrete or blacktop out of that. That was a cool one. You don't see that every day. Well, like I said, we're going to head up to Tunnel Hill, so thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you on the next one. Well, we were just about to back up, had to jump out of the car, so I missed the engine. I don't know if Dalton's got the engine or not. I know I didn't. We're gonna call this a bonus train. Oh. Had to jump out of the car and run around the passenger car to try to get it. Okay, there we go. This time I'm being honest with you when I say we're leaving. There's my car on the other side of the passenger car. Had to run all the way around here to try and get that train, so that's as good as I was going to get today. So thanks for watching, everybody, but we're heading to Tunnel Hill now.